Hello everybody, welcome to episode 33 of the Sketcheleshious series, Sketcheleshious Monday. Hey, you there! I want to remind everybody that if you end up liking this video, please consider subscribing. It's free, and you can always change your mind. And right now, YouTube says that over 90% of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so it would really help, and with that... Hey, it's Joel, and welcome to episode 33 of the Sketcheleshious series, Sketcheleshious Monday, where today I'm going to be drawing a character that I drew of myself a while ago, that for those of you that may or may not know, he was actually based off of the Odd Ones Out sort of general art style, but not directly. I did change some things, but I used the Odd Ones Out style in general because I liked how basic it was, and that's the style that I felt I wouldn't get in the most trouble if anyone had actually spotted it out and pointed it out in a negative way, as if I would have copied the design or something like that. So I stuck with a very simple design that I thought was genuinely just sort of basic, for lack of a better word. But that character has been around for a while, and way back when this series used to be called Autistic Tuesday, I actually drew this character that I now use as sort of like the primary selling point of my channel. He's in the bottom left corner of all the thumbnails, he's in the background, he's in the profile picture, he's all over the place at this point. But when I drew him, I didn't really want that. I actually titled the video Drawing Myself in the Odd Ones Out Style or something like that. I don't really remember what I titled it. But in today's episode, and since it is December, and this is my first video back from my week-long break ever since I posted in November of 2020, I want to draw the same character, so I'll be tracing his general outline as well as his eyes, hair, and mouth, and his little separation between his legs and his boots. So basically, the entirety of him besides the color, and then I'll be putting a little clip art sort of Santa suit onto him, just to sort of celebrate December for this first week that I'm back from the break that I took for last week, from when I posted in November until now. So let's go ahead and get into a time-lapse speed draw and see how he turns out in the end. And with that, here we are with my character with Christmas clothing on, for lack of a better word. So I do really like how this came out. You can see that it does sort of semi-resemble the original, with the original not having Christmas clothing on, obviously. This is the version of my character that I use for my thumbnails, my banner, and my profile picture now, and even in the last version of my banner and my profile picture, I was still using this guy, so this guy's been around for quite a little while as far as how long I've been using him, and I'm back all the way to when I actually drew him. But this character just simply has the sort of the vertical oval eyes that I like to use. They're just simple black eyes. They don't really have anything going on there. And then the rat nest hair, at least that's what I call it. And then the little red shirt and the light blue pants. And then I had referenced this picture, or this drawing, for this version, which is pretty much the same, besides the head is a little bit of a different shape due to it not being directly traced, and since this paper is not thin enough to be able to do tracing, and since at the current moment I don't have a light box, so I couldn't have done anything like that. But either way, I had just, as I had said earlier, I referenced a sort of clip art version of a Santa suit, just to get a general idea of what to put on this guy. And then you can see that the highlights on the suit, so like the fluffy points, are actually green rather than typically what in my experience is usually white. That is because the flesh color, or whatever you want to call it, the skin color, was actually butting up right next to the highlighting points, so like the fluffy points of the suit in many spots, and it didn't really look really good because there was nothing defining all of these parts of the suit. So I decided to just go with a typical Christmas colors, and I decided to just make everything green. So right below below my neck, or sort of like where my neck usually would be, is actually green, and then you have the green running down the center of the suit, where sort of like the coat would meet in the middle, and then the sleeves have little highlights on the ends, and then there is where the suit actually sort of separates itself from the pants, which as for the boots, I just made those black, whereas on the original, they were actually not colored in, they were just outlines. And then as for the Christmas hat, it's very much the same, green highlights, the mass majority of it is red, and then the little fluff on the end, or the little bowl, is also green, and then, well, you can't really see it, but the hands are indeed sticking out there, and you can actually see the white of sort of like the flesh color, or the skin color, whatever you want to call it there. And then as for the mouth and eyes, I tried my best to replicate the original with the sort of like that weird oval shape that I like to do, that's just simply black. And then the mouth is definitely not the same, but it's generally representative of the other version, so I really like how this came out, and I really like that this is what I'm doing to start off December as far as the channel goes, because remember, December is actually the anniversary month for this channel, so I wanted to do something a little bit special. Now, I apologize for my amount of rambling and, well, weird stuttering, because I filmed this quite a couple times at this point, but either way, I like how it came out. I really like Christmas in general, as the rest of 2020 is kind of sucked in general. But anyway, with that being said, enough of me talking. If you guys enjoyed today's video,